They include child molesters and rapists, but a 5 on Your Side investigation tonight has uncovered why both could move right next door and you would never be notified. On Your Side, Chief Investigator Ron Regan joins us with what he's found.
Well, Leon, we found a big scam. Right now, if a sex offender moves into your neighborhood, you're going to get something in the mail from law enforcement that warns you. But we found sex offenders are getting a letter of their own.
A registered sex offender lives here, another one in this home, and just down the street, there's another. You can easily find hundreds more on Sheriff Department websites. Under Ohio law, sex offenders are required to report where they live. Important information for Diana Brown and her family.
It lets me know where they are, and it lets me inform my children where they are.
And without that,
I can't tell him anything. My son could be riding down the street and he could be right there.
But a 5 on Your Side investigation found that many could simply disappear from lists like these and slip under the radar. Elizabeth KELLEY is a Cleveland attorney.
These are people whom our legislature has said we should monitor and keep track of. And if now they feel that they have a good reason for not reporting, we have lost touch with an entire group of individuals whom we need to be tracking.
And what's happening inside this office building all the way in New York City could con sex offenders in Ohio into thinking they can easily hide from both the public and law enforcement. Here's why. This letter from the law firm of Beckett, Gilbert, and Harris has been sent to registered sex offenders in Ohio and other states. For $90, offenders are eligible to be removed from registries. John Martin is with Cuyahoga County's Public Defender's Office.
The notion that that kind of a payment would take care of your entire sexual registration problems is nothing more than a sham.
A sham that could lead convicted sex offenders to pay $90 and disappear into thin air, subjecting them to further prosecution. So who is Beckett, Gilbert, and Harris?
No one knows anything about them, and what is particularly interesting is they issue a disclaimer saying, don't bother trying to find us on the internet. Because of the delicate nature of our practice, we have no website. We prefer to remain under the radar. Well, the reason why they prefer to remain under the radar is because they don't want to be found.
Our 5 on Your Side investigation went to that office building on this busy street in Queens. The law firm's letterhead claims it's located in Suite 711. Meanwhile, the county's public defender's office has come up cold.
And we can't find any evidence that that law firm even exists in the state of New York, or that it has an Ohio office, as they purport to be.
And back in New York City, we checked out what's really inside. Instead of a law firm, we found nothing but a mailbox drop.
Frankly, it's great that Channel 5 is bringing this to the attention of the public.
Meanwhile, sex offenders looking to get off the hook could create huge problems for law enforcement that tracks them.
If there were enough of these, it would begin to create a burden on the system, an already bogged down system. We would be out looking for people to arrest where, had this not occurred, presumably they'd otherwise be compliant.
Well, we've spoken with state police in Virginia and New York who have both taken complaints about all of this. And right now, they're working to find out who's behind it and how many have signed up. I'm Chief Investigator Ron Regan.
What a story. Many thanks, Ron Regan.